Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. It used to be like this. It used to be when someone made a claim, that someone had to provide evidence to support the claim. Correct? Correct. Now, if that someone who made the claim was a, habitual liar, had a past of lying, a pattern, we might say, that person needed extra evidence to support its claims on top of, or the claim, on top of the evidence he provides, or he, because you would always see like, yeah, but you lied to me like 50 times already. Yeah, that's the evidence. I will still, question your evidence. So you have to be squeaky clean. That person, that entity. What I'm talking about the mass media. Too much heroin and still in the anyway, it's these guys are the mass media lied so many times regarding this subject, or maybe not even lied, but they lied. I made a video on how many lies they made on this guy, which is Putin. Illness. He has this, he has that, he has this, he has that, and he's still alive somehow. And as far as I could tell, and I don't need to be an expert, I haven't seen anything wrong with the dude. Well, I can tell you I saw a lot of things wrong with Biden. And with this guy, I watched his interviews, I watched his questions and answers wherever he went in Kazakhstan, Bagastan, Kobostan, and not only that, I saw him answering questions standing up. I saw him talking sitting down. I don't see anything wrong with the guy. For how many minutes? 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and how many the interviews were, and so on. I haven't seen anything. You know what I mean? And neither the mass media was able to provide evidence that Putin has, shakes hands with the air, doesn't know where to fuck turn, left or right, but doesn't read the teleprompter. I don't know if you know, but Putin doesn't read the teleprompter as far as I saw. Sometimes he does, and he has a paper in front of him that he reads sometimes. Now, I'm not saying he never used the teleprompter, but I don't remember seeing him. Nevertheless, he doesn't do it now. He's 70. But the mass media, the Western mass media and the weasel mass media, tell us in a pattern that he somehow has terminal cancer, whatever cancer he's got. We don't know. It depends what kind of day of the week is that kind of cancer Putin has. And the evidence to support, the guy comes and says, makes a claim, the evidence is he was holding the table. That's an evidence that that's cancer. He was tweaking. Like I'm tweaking, that's evidence you got terminal cancer. He was slurring his words while he had a glass of champagne. Things like this. And these were in the course of what? A lifetime now? And all of a sudden, the main thing is Putin has cancer. Now they come with another direct connection, correlation between cancer, the activity, the action, and cancer, which is if Putin cancels a meeting, or he cancels something, it must be because he's got terminal cancer, not because he's got diarrhea, or I don't know what else, or it was something else, or it was some emergency. No. It must be only cancer. This is how these guys are giving us news, and they always use alleged, apparently, these words like weasel words, where if you catch them, say that's wrong, they say, well, I didn't say it was, I said allegedly. All right, yeah, okay, thank you. So this article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine, a habitual offender, right? Like everybody else. This comes from December 24th, 2022. Putin's visit to Nizhny Tagil unexpectedly cancelled, fueling rumors serious illness. Okay, that's the only thing it could be. That's the only conclusion. Should I remind you there's a war? Should I remind you that there are people who want him dead? Could that be one of the reasons? No, he's just sick, ill. So E1 reported that Putin was to visit Ural Vagon Zavod, one of the largest main battle tank manufacturers in the world, but his visit had been cancelled at the last moment. The channel stressed the visit has been carefully prepared. And they tell us here how he's a dictator and all that. I will skip that bullshit for your time, which is valuable. So, despite all these preparations made, The UK tabloids, The Sun and Daily Mirror, said it wasn't the first time a public event involving Putin had been cancelled at the last minute in such circumstances. Okay, so it's not the last one, and I guarantee you it's going to happen in the future. It comes after Putin also cancelled a traditional end-of-year press address to the government and ice hockey game as well, without any reason being given. Okay, so you tell me what the correlation is here, okay? Between if he cancelled that, the only suggestion is he's sick and ill, like terminal cancer, and they're gonna tell us what kind of cancer, because if you cancel a hockey event, or you cancel your address to the public, it's only stomach cancer. It's not bone cancer. No. Bone cancer would be if you would cancel, I don't know, a movie event. Then would be bone cancer. This is just stomach cancer. These guys are insulting our intelligence daily. All right, and I'm quoting. Be careful. Pay attention to the words these weasels use. He appeared twitchy, unsteady on his feet, and out of breath on occasion, the Sun wrote. He appeared. All right, that's a subjective way, right? I've never seen the guy in any way like that, and I don't have to be an expert. I see when a person is like, or looks like 3,000 miles away. You know, I can tell you that. Or he's like, I don't need an expert to tell me. Oh, see, Emil? That's when he twitched. I know what a twitch is, okay? And also twitches could be for various reasons, okay? Like, for instance, when I have something on my back here or something, I twitch all the time. I don't like it. Well, that must be cancer. Anyway, and I'm quoting, it was been suggested, they suggest, might be, you know, he could be suffering from stomach cancer because he's twitching, and that's what, unsteady on his feet and out of breath. Must be stomach cancer, okay, not anything else. Or maybe, another maybe, even Parkinson. Mad Vlad, I don't like that one, was seen clutching a thick blanket earlier this year while watching a parade, and last week was seen swaying and slurring as he spoke with a glass of champagne. Well, they gave the answer, right? He doesn't drink alcohol, just so you know. And regarding clutching, he's a fucking 70-year-old guy. What do you want? I mean, after all, cut the old guy, the senior nowadays, some slack. If you see a 70-year-old here, oh my god, he's just old. Yeah, but with these guys, you expect them to be Superman? Anyway, the Western outlets wrote that Putin recently fell down the stairs at home, bruised his coccyx, actually here, as he slipped down 2 steps, only 2, and soiled himself, which could be related to gastrointestinal cancer. Kirilo Budanov, that's a youngster, the head of Ukraine military intelligence. I'm not too old, or I'm not too young either, but I looked into his eyes and his statements, and I realized that he's just not ready. That's the word. But he's doing a good job because he's in charge of an important institution of Ukraine that needs to be tweaked by someone who can be, you know what I mean. So, Kirilo Budanov, the head of Ukrainian military intelligence, previously stated that Putin is ill with cancer and number of other diseases. Wow, okay. However, I'm quoting, it's worth noting, it isn't worth expecting Putin to die tomorrow. Again, his terminal cancer, but since this guy might be alive 10 more years, I'm just saying if he doesn't get hanged by the good people, then he's gonna say, well, I didn't say he's gonna die now. You know what I mean? I mean, he's sick as he's terminally ill, cancer, but he didn't die because, I don't know. This is weasel talk. I didn't see any arguments. I didn't see any arguments. Arguments I saw, but I didn't see any evidence. Oh my God, I got scabies. I have to take my yearly shower. Anyway, it's just I didn't see any evidence provided. He was twitching. Really? He was slurring his words. Sometimes I do that after a few drinks. Adult beverages, which is wine, right? I might do that. Sometimes I get ahead of myself and I have in my head like this, and I with how should I put it? The sound is way behind my brain, really. So I have so much, and then I get lost, and it's like, what the hell was I? What was I talking about? And I have to, in the same time, live making these videos, I have to come back and what the hell? So you send your brain in 3 scouts, find out what the hell we were talking about, what was the initial thing, because like sometimes I get distracted by my old thoughts. Let's put it this way. I go ahead and I'm like, I can't show, what the hell, guys, what was I talking about? Just a second, click, and then, oh yeah. No, I can't do that. Sometimes I do, when I get like lost, and I'm like, now what? Anyway, so I didn't see the evidence provided by these guys, just so you know. And he might be. Another thing, he did not show up to help them. You see, I'm a good guy. I help these weasels. Weasels should not be helped, but only to help themselves. But anyway, I help them because I'm a good guy. Anyway, so he didn't show up at the airport to greet Lukashenko, the president of Belarus, who visits Moscow right now. And that was again, see? Now, what I think happens in many instances, when he says, I'm going to be in the location X, he doesn't want to be there sometimes. Why? Because he's not the only one who knows that location, correct? And there are weasels, they can blow him up, okay? So I think that's the main reason. I would get that 3,000 times before the cancer shit, or erection problems. Before that, I will get maybe these guys figure things out and they did not want to expose him to a little rocket guided or missile, missile is guided, a missile guided by the international anyway, so so maybe that's more important. If you know where he's at, what venue he's gonna be, boom, clump, done. And I think that's what I think. That's the main reason why he cancels. That's my gut feeling or my analysis. Might be sick? Yes, he might be sick. I think he is. He's old, what do you expect? And probably he's sick here and there. Who knows? But I think the main reason is, hey, we find out is to you expose yourself to being taken out by Lindsey Graham, as he would like to, the Senator of the United States of South Carolina, right? Yes. People voted for him. Americans for Lindsey, remember? And Lindsey just said again that Putin needs to be taken out. U.S. Senator, great. But hey, Putin is unproven by a court of law as being a criminal. But nevertheless, Lindsey determined that he needs to die. But if Putin would talk like that about, I don't know, Biden or Kamala or someone like that, oh my God, that's a declaration of war right there. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.